What's up, everybody? Juno 2000 here with Texas Hardcore 1965 and Sean over at Cinephile Sanity, and we're going to be watching a watch party for Stephen King's Graveyard Shift from 1990.
Stephen King invites you to venture deep inside the caverns below the old Bottom Needle.
You're not thinking about going down in there.
Where a secret lies long forgotten by any living soul.
Just ain't no job worth this.
The workers suspected.
You can't put me down there. You can't put anybody down there. I know things.
The owner denies it.
What did happen to the fellow that started this job?
He didn't work out.
And everyone fears it.
This is that would be the understatement of the year.
Because one by one, it will devour them all.
We're like shrimp in an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and that thing ain't stopping till it's full.
Must be some other way out of here.
It's fun!
This is a dream.
This is the new horror from the mind of Stephen King. Graveyard Shift. Good benefits, early retirement.
What's up, everybody?
Yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer didn't for some reason I'm watching it on my tablet, it played through, but on my phone it didn't.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we'll just we'll see how this stream goes. Hopefully we don't have any real technical issues throughout this. So,
Yep.
but yeah, what's up, everyone in the chat? We got 14 people right now. If you want to go ahead and go through the names, Juno, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Or whenever you're ready, it's up to you.
Yeah. Hey there, P. Rich in the chat. Rose is in the chat. Rosalia. Z. Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy? Chester Franklin. What's up, Chester? Out on the street, that's where we all creep. Yeah, but twist. Yeah, Twisted T should have sponsored this movie. Hey, hey there, T Rich. We're on the rat patrol because this is a rat infested movie. If anybody has phobias about rats.
So apparently Anthony Chobit did a shout out for Juno, I think, on his channel in a video, I think.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
I think that's what he's saying.
Shouted you out on a Flash Gordon rewinding or something.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, what's up there? Johnny's here from the Wild Guys. Corey over at Wilkie's Movies and Music. Rosalia, Chester, Zodiac, Anthony Chobit, Sailor George.
Hey, Johnny.
And P. Rich is here from the Hatchet Boys. Jimmy's here too. What's up, James Van Dusen? And
Hey there,
that's
Anthony. Thank you for the shout out. Sailor George, what's up? Hey there, Johnny. Yep.
Oh, it was for May, actually. He's saying. All right, I'll have to check that out, Anthony. Thanks.
Hey there, Corey.
Like, he didn't make it clear. I thought he was like, because it's Juno's stream, Like, I thought he was directing it towards him.
Yeah, that's everybody. Yeah, JVD, the whole effing show.
Yeah, Corey's talking about the extended cut DVD for Con Air. That's something I still have to pick up
Yeah,
too, man.
yeah, it's a recommended. Like, it's kind of like a night and day. Like, you see a different movie for that extended cut.
Yeah, I think you said there's like 13 minutes or something extra time.
Yeah, there's like more extended scenes in it.
Well, yeah, we are watching a Stephen King adaptation tonight. Fucking Graveyard Shift from 1990. And I think this is a first time watch for Texas. You ever see this
Yes,
before?
it's a first time watch for me.
Okay, that's cool. But I mean, like, I know, like, growing up with this movie over the years in the 90s, I'd find this on TV sometimes. It didn't really, like, click with me, but at the same time, the movie still kept my attention. So, like, over the years of, like, giving this movie multiple watches, it's really grown on me. And overall, I think it's one of those movies that does rely on atmosphere a lot, even though that, this is really a creature feature overall with having a giant rat in this movie with bat wings. But, yeah, this movie has really grown on me over the years, though. I do enjoy it a lot more, and I'm glad we're watching this tonight.
So basically, we're talking about a pigeon because those are rats with wings.
Yeah, you'll see. But I think they do utilize the creature in this pretty well. There's some pretty cool scenes throughout it. Probably one of the dirtiest basements I've ever seen in a movie before. It's got to be this one. But let's see, Brooke Scarlett is also in the chat. What's up, Brooke?
Hey, Brooke.
So,
Hey
yeah, I
there,
guess
Brooke.
we'll get this started here at the usual time, somewhere around like the 30-minute mark. I believe this is like just shy of 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I actually do enjoy this movie because it's like those creature feature movies, like because it involves a big monster creature in this movie, which I don't want to spoil for anybody who has not seen the movie what that creature is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You're able to figure out the gist of it pretty quick. I think any viewer should, because once you start to see a certain mass of them and, like, those first few scenes, you figure out what the movie's pretty much going to be about.
Mhm.
So I personally think it doesn't take long to figure it out. It's just seeing the actual thing that's producing these things. That's a real surprise.
Yep. But yeah,
And Jason's here too. Ginger Ninja. What's up, Jason?
hey there, Jason.
But yeah, Brad Dourif has got
Yeah.
a small role in this movie, though, which is like another cool thing about it.
Yeah.
He plays an exterminator in this movie, and yeah, I think he's got like some kind of like small dog with him too. He's like trying to gut out all these rats and everything throughout the fucking building, throughout the cotton mill, and that's another thing. Like when you're like paying attention to the atmosphere in this movie, you could really tell it. Like this movie takes place in the middle of summer. It's hot as shit. There's no air conditioning going on. Like everybody's like constantly sweating.
Yeah, I could. That's why I could consider this movie as a summer movie because it does fit right. Because everybody is consuming all that dog shit sweat everywhere when they work at the shitty mill place that's infested with all the rats. It's probably like even like when you see that they're in the building, it looks like exhausting. Like it looks like a heat stroke there.
Yeah, it looks like you're just like breathing in nothing but like other people's waft. Like, like it's like nothing but stale air in there.
Stale air and stank. You know.
But, I got a
Yep.
recommendation here
Oh,
for, people that are fans of Brad Dourif and his work, his movies. A sci-fi one here, Death Machine. Definitely would recommend checking this
that's a
out.
good.
I mean, more people are familiar with the original poster art, which would be that right there. I know it's kind of hard to get proper light on that. There we go.
That's a recognizable poster from that movie.
Yeah, like, dude, that scene's so crazy too. Like when it gets up to that point. Because I know when I first saw this movie and I saw that artwork, I was like, I highly doubt that's going to be in the movie. And then, like, I was watching, it was like, holy shit, talk about being in the movie. Like, wow.
Yep.
But I believe that came out in the 90s too, that movie. I think that's a 90s one. So it's definitely a B movie, but it's like a sci fi film. Almost like a Terminator 2 ripoff in a way.
Chester wants to
Death
know what
Machine
year it
is
was.
actually Death Machine's 94 came out. But yeah, dude, like I mean, if you like Brad Dourif and really like kooky roles, where like he's playing like a crazy guy, like that's something to check out right there. He's out of his mind in that movie.
Is this set in Maine? Yeah, it's like a Maine town.
I think it's like Castle Rock. I think it's supposed to be like where all
Yeah,
the
like
other
in that
Stephen King adaptations take place.
like the same universe as it.
I think they do say it too at one point because I know like one of the characters in the film offers the drifter a ride, and then like they're like
Mhm.
both like kind of complaining about the area, and then I think she says like oh like welcome to Castle Rock. Like I think she does say that. I should know that. I've seen this film so many times. I really don't know it like the back of my hand though, but.
Yeah.
I actually think this movie does look pretty good on Blu-ray because I've had it on DVD for years. So used to seeing it on DVD.
Mhm.
When I finally saw the Blu-ray, I was
Yeah.
like, wow, like, you can actually see
Yeah.
details and depth now
And,
and clear, you got clarity throughout
and,
it and everything.
yeah. I think when I was like one, I think I was in one of the streams or something. I think I was saying that I forgot how good this movie was. I think I was in one of the comments in T-Rex's stream saying that this movie was. I forgot how good this movie was because it doesn't have a lot of kills, but it does have some pretty nifty and awesome practical gory effects in the movie.
Yeah, I think this is really a movie to like more of like use your head actually than relying on like imagery throughout it. But I don't like I'm a big fan of Stephen King adaptations. Like even the ones that are not all that great, I still have like, some love for. But yeah, like I can, this is like pretty much like the peak of like Stephen King adaptations really like this time like 1990 too. This is coming right after Pet Cemetery. But
And
yeah,
I think
I really
1990
do enjoy it.
also with it came out in the same year as 1998 as well.
Yeah, what was it?
So yeah,
Yeah, it came out what this the same year, right? That's right. Yeah. Sometimes I think it is 91 for some reason.
yeah, it just felt like I just feel like this movie just goes by quick. Like it's not a movie that drags on forever. Yeah, of course,
I
maybe
know
Stephen King may hate this movie, but yep,
the main villain in it, the guy that runs the cotton mill. He's also the father in the Monster Squad. He's Sean's father. The one
Mhm.
that's like, being like, he's trying to deal with the Wolfman and shit.
Yeah.
Like he's not believing the phone calls he's
yep,
getting and shit. But he looks so much more different in this movie. In this movie, he kind of has like that Marine crew cut going on. And in Monster Squad, he's got long hair.
yep.
I forget his name. I'm trying to look up his name right now.
Stephen Mack.
Is that his name? Yeah, that is
Yeah,
his name. Yeah, his name's
yeah,
Warwick in this movie. That's right. His name's Warwick.
yeah. He's like the semi asshole boss that's throughout the movie.
Yeah, yeah. This dude don't give a fuck about any of his employees. I mean, he doesn't even care to clean up the environment that they have to work in. So,
Yep, and yeah, I'm surprised this Blu-ray is not a collector's edition because there's some pretty good special features. Even Stephen Mack's interviewed in one of the features, which is awesome to see him interviewed for this movie.
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I didn't jump on that right away. When that was released, I was like, it's not a collector's edition. I'm not going to buy
Mhm.
that right away. There's no reason to spend all that money on that. But now it's out
Yep.
of print.
So you know who got the rights for the movie? Not Shift Taxi no more, but it's Kino.
So Kino
And
might end up releasing a 4K for this. They'll probably put that a part of their cult line.
That'll probably, I mean, that'll be better anyway. I mean, it was probably part of that Paraprix deal from a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just
Mhm.
know, like, it seems like every couple months now, Kino just comes out of nowhere with like 6 movies to announce. Be like 3 to 6 movies will be announced out of nowhere. So
Well,
I
you
hear more
remember,
news rather than like actual releases.
like a couple of years ago, they signed some kind of deal with Paramount to put out a bunch of stuff that Paramount wasn't putting out on their end. And one of the first things they said was, no, we aren't putting out Good Bar, which I think the only real issue with that one is the music rights for that one and stuff. But I'm not
That's
totally sure. But
that
they
sucks.
ought
That's
to,
all it takes is one little thing to tie it all up.
yeah.
You know. All right, so that's the first issue for Juno there. Juno will be back in a few minutes, and then I'm sure we'll get the movie started here in the next, like, probably 5 minutes or so.
Rosalia cheese and crackers. Yeah.
No, we haven't started the movie yet. Not yet. Juno's having some issues right now, and we'll see. He'll be back soon. There he is.
Look at P. Rich demanding that we start the movie. You know, I mean, just kidding.
So, Texas, have you seen that movie In a Violent Nature yet? I watched it last night.
No, I just noticed that it was up on Look Movie when I was getting, this one set up. I I
I'd have
think
to
it's
see it.
supposed to be on Shutter pretty soon, so I don't know if I'll wait or I'll watch it or not. I'm really
Yeah,
tempted.
it's on Look Movie now.
Yeah, no, I saw it, but I mean, I didn't watch it, but I'm just waiting if maybe for Shudder. I don't know, because I'm really interested in watching Abigail again. So I don't know.
Yeah, I enjoyed it though. I thought it was pretty good. Like in a way, it felt like a throwback to like Friday the 13th and slashers like that.
Right.
But man, like all I gotta say is, dude, prepare yourself. There's some brutal fucking kills in that movie, and
Some
there's some real shit in that movie, man.
somebody was trying to say that it was almost, well, not a found footage, but close enough, and I'm like, there's no fucking way that it is.
I mean, the only thing I could say that's even remotely close to that is like you get a lot of like point of view from like the killer.
Right.
You get like the cameras behind them, so like it's always like the camera's following the killer at all times, really. But I like the story throughout it, like, and it kept me interested. And man, there was some kills where I was like, "Holy shit! I didn't even think you could do that to somebody." Like, like wow. We got HH is here. Hearst Hill, what's up, Hearst? Everything good with you over there, Juno? On your side?
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, Juno, I would definitely recommend seeing In a Violent Nature. I don't know. I think you'll
I
like it.
did get to see it.
Oh, you
I
saw
did
it?
see it.
What did you think?
hmm
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy the movie, but I was kind of nitty with the ending, which I don't want to spoil the movie with Russell,
Yeah.
but it just I wasn't real big on that ending. I like the movie,
Yeah.
just didn't
Yeah,
care for that ending.
I mean, like, I think I actually kind of forgot about the ending there, like that last like several minutes that are left to it. But yeah, it probably could have had a stronger ending. I would probably have to agree with that. But man, there was some fucked up shit that happened in that movie, man.
Vicious stuff. Mhm. Party. Yeah, getting to the 30-minute mark. So just get this started.
Yeah, but there is a link there. Juno's got a link, I think, pinned at the top there.
Yeah, but folks, that Internet Archive, it's missing like 15 seconds with the Paraphrase intro and a few seconds of the outside mill for 5 seconds. Like it just gets into the building where they're working at. So like it's like missing that 15 seconds. So like just letting everybody know who is watching Internet Archive for that version. But it does work.
Well, yeah, if everybody in the chat is good to go here, we will do a countdown here in a minute, I guess.
Yeah, let's do a real slow one for P, so he can
Well,
make
let's
sure.
do like a five. Why don't we just do like a 5-minute trailer where it's like a countdown to 5 minutes?
Yep. So yeah, we'll get ready.
I'm just fucking with him.
We'll get the show ready, folks. For Gray Shift.
We're like shrimp in an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and that thing ain't stopping till it's full.
Must be some other way out of here.
It's fun!
This isn't real.
This is the new horror from the mind of Stephen King. Graveyard Shift. Good benefits, early retirement.
Yep. We'll get this show on the road. You guys are ready?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
Yep.
thanks for stopping by, HH. Take care, man.
Have a good day, Hearst.
Yeah, I'm good to go on my end.
Yep, I'm good to go.
We'll just count down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play. Pair of pricks, pictures.
I knew he was going to say it.
That's why I had to remind him of it earlier anyway. Make sure.
There's thunderstorms, but it's in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, these opening credits are fucking creepy as shit, man.
Yep. Even that working place where they're in, it looks like a filthy place where it stinks like shit and ass around.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a very sanitary place to be working.
Yeah, Wishmaster. I forgot. Yeah, Wishmaster Andrew Dickoff is in the movie.
Right, yeah, I forgot the guy who plays the Jinn in Wishmaster. I don't mind
Yep.
the first two movies, the first two Wishmaster movies. You know what's funny though? Like I have all four, and I still haven't seen 3 or 4 because I hear how bad they are. So like I've been trying to save myself the torture of watching those.
Yeah, Jimmy, he's like, you got to see those two movies, Wishmaster 1 and 2. And so they were on Prime and I watched them. But he's like, yeah, don't ever watch 3 or 4. So far.
Yeah, I've been told by people like, dude, if you like 1 and 2, don't even try 3 and 4 because it'll probably make you hate the first two.
Yep.
Yeah, they definitely got some big ass rats in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And
you look at every individual character in this movie, there's like really not one moment where you see somebody like completely dry of sweat. Like somebody, like no matter who you're looking at, they're covered in sweat at all times. That's how hot it is
yep.
inside this cotton mill.
This is one of those on Look movie where the subs are ahead of everything.
You see, that's why I don't really use subs that often on the movie anymore because of that.
They took a huge piss on the seat. That big rat.
He's just going to throw that cotton in there. Shit.
Yeah.
Full of piss. There's like 15 rats in there. Damn.
It is crazy how, like, he was looking at one rat and he turned around and they're all over the place.
That looks creepy as shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't stick around. I'd be like, all right, had enough of this job. You got to go home now.
Damn, 30 rats. Damn it.
They should do a crossover movie with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Graveyard Shift. The rise,
Yep.
the rise of Splinter, the Rat King.
Yep. It throws one of the rats in the machine.
Fucking rat was eating a cigarette butt. Notice how everything got quiet after that scene. After he threw the rat in, all the other rats stopped making noise.
I didn't get another one.
Fucking big one's coming.
Death machine.
Fucking fell into the machine, got all gutted up.
And it plays like a haunting music. Like, holy shit, there's something there.
But I think it is a good opening off-screen kill and how it blends into the opening credits here.
Graveyard Shift, Stephen King.
And we also have Ashton Luck in the chat. What's up, Ashton?
Hey there, Ashton. Brad Dourif as the Exterminator.
So this was directed by Ralph S. Singleton, which is not a popular name.
Yeah, I have no clue who the fuck that is.
Yeah, I gotta look up his filmography real quick. So apparently this guy did a lot of TV. Didn't really do that many movies.
So like this is like his main movie that he did.
Hold on a second. It says you know what? He doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. That's how like low key this guy is.
Shit. Even the director of Silver Bullet didn't really do much movies. He did TV shows after Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
So it looks like directors that did some Stephen King movies, they just only do like TV shows afterwards.
So Ralph Singleton was mostly known for producing and doing television stuff, like television related things. And I'm trying to see. I think he also did. Oh no, he was the producer on Pet Sematary 2. He was a
Wow.
producer on Last Man Standing. Yeah, I don't really know much about this guy. But something tells me they must have had trouble finding somebody to actually direct this movie.
Because you said he was a producer for Pet Cemetery 2, which I don't know if that
Yeah,
came
looks
out
like he was a producer
a
on
year.
that.
Yeah. But he didn't do a bad job. Like his directing of a creature feature was not that bad.
Yeah, this
Brad
dude
Dourif.
was actually, he was a producer on a lot of good things though. Like, yeah, Last Man Standing, 48 Hours movies, Harlem Nights.
Harlem Night's a good one.
Murder
Brad,
at 1600.
Brad Dourif looking like a Nazi war criminal in this.
Yeah, he
I
really
like
looks
this one
like,
where he just gets
when you look at him, you see him all sweating and his eyes are like bug-eyed. He really looks like he's on meth or something. Like he looks like he's on some kind of speed or something. Like Adios, motherfuckers! That's a good line there. You see him, he's getting all excited because all the rats are being gutted out of that pipe. He's like, adios, motherfuckers!
Hey
But
there, Frankie
Brad Dourif's
Porcino.
got there's like a memorable scene in this movie where like he starts telling this guy like a Vietnam story about like
Yep.
rats, like people being like using rats to torture
Yeah.
other people with, and it's I don't know.
Even
He
in the
starts
close,
like, talking about
yeah.
Vietnam and shit.
Even in the close up, you even see Brad Dourif tearing up, like he's getting into the role.
Yeah, like you could tell he's actually chewing tobacco too. He's not just like chewing gum; like he's got tobacco in his mouth. I see Reed is here from the Spicy 4K action. What's up, Reed?
We
Juno, do you like Stephen King's Sleepwalkers? Juno, you there? Hello?
I see he's moving around, so I mean, but I don't know if he can hear us. You there,
Uh,
Juno? He might have put himself on. Well, no, there it goes. So I don't know.
yeah, his internet's fucking off. That sucks. I bet you he might need like his like router probably needs to be reset or something like that.
Could be.
And this is where the safety inspector shows up, and right away he's like, "Oh, this basement's bad." He's getting ready to like put the condemn fucking notice in, and the manager here, I think he ends up like bribing him on the side here to overlook it and ignore it. And then you see the fucking guy starts tripping and falling. There's like so much trash all over this basement. It's so disgusting. I think the most disgusting thing probably about the basement though is the fact that there's something dripping at all times. So it's wet down there and damp. Queef walkers. So yeah, he tells the safety inspector here, I'm gonna put a crew together to clean up this basement. He's like, I don't think you'll find a crew that'll work it. That's how bad it is. But you know, most of these people that work at this mill, this cotton mill, they're ex-convicts. So in a way, like the guy that's running this mill, he's got his thumb on everybody. You know, like anybody, like he could fire anybody, he could tell anybody basically what to do, or they're going to be fired. And
Yep.
ultimately, that's what he ends up putting together a crew to clean up this basement. And half of the crew that gets picked for the job doesn't want to do it. You know? Yeah, I always liked Stephen King's Dark Half, George A. Romero movie. Came out in the 90s, I think, early 90s there. Like the one Romero movie I really don't like is Monkey Shines.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
I've
blame him.
tried watching it. I tried watching it multiple times, and almost every time I watch it, I'm just like, this doesn't work, man. It just
Yeah,
doesn't.
I'm not a fan of that one either.
I mean, like even how like they like eliminate the monkey at the end is like really like that's what you guys went with? Like holy shit! Like it makes no sense. Like, Romero is actually supposed to direct Pet Cemetery, but I
Yep.
think he was like still tied up with Monkey Shines. I would be like, if I was directing Monkey Shines, I was all for Pet Cemetery. I probably would stand up and be like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here. I'm gonna get sued, but fuck it, I'm gonna get the hell out of here while I can."
There's like a lot of people that don't like Bruiser, but I think Bruiser's a better movie than Monkey Shines.
Yeah. I actually, I think that's a Vestron title. So, like, I kind of hope Vestron will release a Blu-ray of that in the future. That's another one that's been like kind of lost and just forgotten about. But yeah, Reed, we'll be watching Jaws on the 4th on Thursday on my channel. Thank you, Rose.
This guy's accent really fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's not his real accent, and I don't know. It's gives me the vibe that this guy's from like London or something. I don't even know why they told him to have an accent. Like in real life, this guy's from Philadelphia. This actor,
Yeah,
he's from Philadelphia, and he's going with like a London accent in this movie. I don't
almost.
know why.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's just like
The great the way he says the title name of the movie, The Graveyard Shift, it sounds satisfying.
Yeah, it goes with the work in this movie. It's grimy work, and what fucking worse time to do grimy work is during the graveyard shift.
spread the word, fucker. There we go.
Like it's like moments like that with Brad Dourif that make me think like, yo, did he like do a bunch of crank before he like filmed these scenes? Because he looks like he's like really like speeding his balls off.
Yeah, but yeah, like I've seen some Stephen King movies. Some are not great, but I do like most of his movies. Like like you said, Sleepwalkers, which I missed out on hearing that. I don't mind Sleepwalkers. It's like a sleeper head, but I don't mind that one.
Yeah, like I mean, I would probably put Sleepwalkers in like one of like the not so great Stephen King adaptations, but I still enjoy watching it.
Like, yep. They're even in the rats are even in the bags when he was cutting that the lead guy's cutting through it. Bunch of them came
Yeah.
out.
But now that in the
Everywhere.
beginning of the movie, the guy who got, killed, he fell into the fucking cotton mill. Now we have this random drifter taking over his job. So yeah, this is like, this is first day on the job here. And that's another thing with this job. Like this job ain't no like regular 8-hour shift. This is like a 12-hour shift he's working in the heat like this. Like it's fucking nuts.
Yeah. This
I
same
think the
shop thing is
worst
pretty
job
bad.
I ever had, I worked in a factory, 14-hour shifts, unloading like dishwashers and like washers, dryers, and dishwashers and shit. Just unloading
Damn,
trucks all day long,
that's crazy.
14-hour shift. And I had one day
Damn.
off. I had off on Sundays. That's it. Other than that, it was 6 day a week job, 14 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
think
that's
this is the
not
scene coming up
good.
here where he's gonna start telling them the Vietnam story and rats eating people and
Yep.
shit. Yo, Juno, did you ever see a movie called the Kindred?
No, I never seen it.
From 1987. Dude, that's a creature feature you need to see, man.
Yeah, I'll definitely check out the Kindred.
Yeah, it's like one of those movies where it's like an experiment gone wrong, and this lady ends up breeding
Mm.
like human DNA with this like tentacle creature, and she ends up like creating this new life form, and like it's a crazy movie, but it's got really good practical effects in it too.
Mm. Yeah, like creature feature movies are a lot of fun to watch. That's why you could consider all these movies, like even Jaws, because it
Yeah.
involves a big giant shark. Yeah. Really.
Peter said the ball sweat humidex is a struggle. It's like all like the workers in this cotton mill. Yeah, no, could you check the fucking ball sweat humidex? Tell me what the fucking temperature is.
And
But
Brad
Brad
Dourif is an
Dourif does a
underrated
good job
actor.
of sounding like a redneck in this role. Like he sounds like he's from like Louisiana. Like,
Well, yeah,
what is
his
he say?
accent works, but that other guy's, it's like the fuck.
It really I think the main reason why it doesn't work is because he's the only one in the movie with an accent, and everybody else is like American.
Yep. Like the guy you said Stephen Max. He's like Warwick. I seen him in other movies and he talks normal. Like he doesn't sound that bad. It's just the weird English accent kind of sounds weird.
Something tells me that probably the people that wrote this movie were probably like, well, this character's supposed to have an accent, and that was probably what he went with, I guess. And but yeah, like he's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so he doesn't really have an accent in any way.
Yep. Damn, everybody gets sweaty in this movie. Like you see all the sweat all over their faces.
Like I'm almost surprised that you don't see condensation on like the camera lens. It's how sweaty and hot
Yeah.
this movie is. What if they called this movie Ball Sweat Shift? Ball shift. Sweaty ball shift. You know, like another thing is this guy Warwick. He like, you know, he'll back like all these like the girls that work for him. Like he'll back them all into a corner and be like, you know, why don't you and I have some private time? Like, you know, he wants to like try and fuck these girls or whatever. But like, you know, he's got the upper hand on
Yeah.
them because they're all on probation and shit. They're all like, you know, like on like parole release. So if they say no to him, you know, they're gonna go right back to jail. But this one girl won't
Yep.
take no shit from him. Zodiac said Queef 182. Or should be Blink and Queef 182. Blink and then Queef 182. You know what's another good horror movie with rats in it? Is it's like a Canadian movie. It came out in like 82 called Deadly Eyes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But there's like also scenes in the movie where you could tell that these are like really small dogs, like Dobermans, with rat suits on. Like you could see like the dog feet and the dog tail coming out of the suit. But like, I mean, like, I don't know, like they do cut those scenes kind of quick, so you don't have to like focus on them. But like as they, you know, they come along throughout the movie, you start to catch on it. Like, oh, these are fucking dogs in rat suits.
Yep.
It's like this movie from the 50s, The Killer Shrews, and they just took these little pieces of fur with a head on it, you know, and they put them on top of these dogs, and it's really dogs walking around, you know, and all that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But there's also an Italian one. What's that called? Like Rats, Nights of Terror or something like that. It's like a
Something
really
like
bad
that.
Italian horror movie.
Isn't that the movie where it has that weird ending?
I only seen it one time. I have it in like a movie set in my collection, but I don't want to see that ever again. It was really bad. What the hell is that?
One of the workers.
Yeah, it's
They
called
got killed by
Rats. It's called Rats Night of Terror. I have it in a double feature here with Hell of the Living Dead. It's this one on the bottom. It's a really bad rat movie though. And like, yeah, if
Yeah,
it's Italian, then yeah, you're guaranteed it's bad. Guaranteed to be bad.
Yeah. He's mentioning the Kristen Glover movie Ben, which is a really underrated remake that's out there.
Oh, Willard?
I mean, the Willard one.
Yeah, Willard's the remake. I always
Special
love.
order for the commander of the Rat Patrol. They gave him a rat burger.
I always loved Ben when I was a kid, but I haven't seen that in a long fucking time.
I think Scream Factory released that.
It has the kid who was in Burn Offerings.
Yeah. This is where that girl offers him a ride here. And I think this is where Castle Rock gets mentioned. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's fuck. I guess we're gonna find out in a minute.
Now Warwick's getting kind of pissed.
Well, yeah, he was about to fucking beat the shit out of that girl. Or no, that part didn't come up yet. Never mind. Sorry about that. I'm getting ahead of myself.
I don't want to be touched like that. Now he's getting pissed.
It is some like grimy shit though to be like, like the girl you're sleeping with, you end up putting her on the basement job, which is like, damn, that's how you see her. You're gonna put her on that job, like holy shit, that's some balls right there.
Yeah, Artie Remy was pretty good in the Roller remake as the asshole boss in that one.
Yeah, it's Castle Rock. I was right. So yeah, because
Yeah,
he's like, so where are you from? She's like, I'm from here, Castle Rock. And apparently he's supposed to be from like West Virginia or something. Yeah, they probably got some really good crack rock up in Castle Crack Rock.
yep. Maybe
I
that's
drove
why.
all the way up here. I drove all the
Yeah,
way up here from
maybe,
Florida, man. I want to try some of that crazy rock you guys have.
yeah, maybe that's why they're infested with rats. They like the crack.
Like notice how like the setup outside of the mill has that cemetery in the back, and then that giant like sewage creek right there. It just looks like nothing
Yep.
but sewage water. Like that's where all the rats are probably coming from. That little fucking stream of like nasty chemicals. Oh yeah, dude, I love that when you get to see the fucking big rat's eye there, and it's just like nothing but like an albino white eye. You're like, oh god. But look at that
It's
fucking
really cool.
basement though. Like if somebody said, "Yo, I got a job for you," and they took me down there and showed me that basement, I'd be like, "Fuck you, bro! I'm out of here. Fuck this, dude. You can't, there's no amount of money you could offer me to work in that fucking basement." Dude,
There's
look at
like
the size
frogs
of those
too.
claws on that rat. Like, holy shit. You know what else is like a scene that kind of reminds me of something like this? Like, you remember in Amityville 2 when that like electrician guy goes down to the basement and he's like, "Lady, you got shit leaking down here." He goes down, he's got all the black shit all
Yep.
covered all over him and stuff. Like, that kind of reminds me of this movie.
Ugh. Probably smells in there too.
Yeah.
All the sewage crap. Probably even the rat shit too.
Oh God. See, that's another thing. Like, can you imagine working in that environment and being surrounded by God knows what? Like, all that disease down there, being drug around by those rats and everything. So yeah, this is the girl that's sleeping with Warwick. She just saw the fucking basement list. Who's gonna be working it? And she saw her name on there, and that's why she's smashing up his car now.
Now Warwick's gonna be pissed.
See, like I also feel like the style of that car, it looks like a '50s car. That kind of gives me the vibe of what this time period is in this movie. It feels like it's probably somewhere around like the '50s or '60s.
Like something like out of it where they have those kind of cars in
Yeah,
the series.
right. But I mean, like I know at the same time, like really, like this movie, like the time period is probably sometime like after Vietnam, really.
Yep.
Yeah, he was about to fucking sock the shit out of her, and the fucking drifter dude stopped him.
Damn. Yep. Shows over.
Yeah, Rose, like yeah, like Christine, yeah.
Yeah.
So Sean, when are we gonna do Boondock Saints? Reschedule that.
I don't know right now. Probably, I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't thought about it. But yeah, I mean, maybe at
We
the
could
end of the
we could
summer, maybe September, maybe.
yeah. Well, probably November. Who knows?
Or
Early
like even
November.
if you want to do it on your channel, Juno, if you want to do that on your
Yep.
channel, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That guy has, a bad accent, and he's got really bad hair. You could, land a plane on that fucking thing.
There's just no place for his accent in this movie. It's like
You know,
that's my main issue with it. There's just no place for it.
Because there's a few movies with actors they try to do like a different accent, but they kind of don't do. They don't pull it off in some movies.
Yeah.
So like they kind of mess up where they end up like going back to their normal voice mixed with the accent that they're supposed to be talking in. So like it kind of messes up their lines a lot.
Yeah. And sometimes like I guess when those creators are looking at the final product, they'll be like, well, do we have enough money to reshoot that scene or is it good enough? And then they'll kind of tell themselves it's good enough when it's really not, just to save
Yeah,
money from reshooting it again.
yeah, yeah. Like this was, yeah, this movie story was actually based on those short novella stories from the Night Shift novel that Stephen King wrote, which it also had stories like Children of the Corn, The Boogeyman, Sometimes They Come Back, and The Lawnmower Man. Like, and the Graveyard Shift was one of them. And there were just pretty much sections of them being short stories, like 6 to 10 pages of a chapter
Yeah,
of each story. So like, yeah, they
yeah,
turned this short story into a full length movie.
right. Yeah, I never read the story, the actual novel or whatever, the short novel,
I got to read it a
but
bit
yeah, it
at
sounds
Barnes and
interesting though.
Noble. I went to Barnes and Noble like when I got those Crow book and Hellraiser book. I read the book. I read the chapter of Graveyard Shift for a bit because it was like a short novel, like for the part of it. The
Yeah.
only difference is that it has a more of a darker ending,
Yeah.
where which I don't want to like. I would say like this, like it pretty much like everybody dies in the book. But
So, like, the only reason why anybody really decides to take this basement job is because it is double pay. So, whatever it is they would make in a normal
Yeah,
shift, they're going to get another double paycheck on top of that.
for this nasty shit job they're doing.
I'd still be like, go fuck yourself, bro. That's still not enough money.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was in high school and I had stagecraft or something, we would go to like the auditorium, and the downstairs would be like the dressing room for all the clothes that are put for the drama class, what's it, plays and stuff. Like that place kind, like the basement kind of looks like this movie, like Graveyard Shift, because sometimes I kind of heard like a bunch of rats running around there, because there's like holes around the area, and kind of the area kind of stinks like shit in there. So like, is this Graveyard Shift in person?
Yeah.
Because of the way the basement looks.
So the one guy is reading a Ben novel at the fucking diner. Like, it was a real quick scene there where he was holding the novel up. It said Ben on there.
Yeah, nice reference to Ben.
Yeah, it's like a small little reference to that. I forgot about that scene. It's so quick.
And you see like the rat on the cover,
Yeah.
and there's like this part where a guy's trying to eat his clam chowder, but there's like a big ass rat tail in there.
Yeah, I think he finds a hair in his food and, like, yeah, it's fucking nasty.
Oh shit! It's like hanging.
Actually, that looks like a thread. That's how thick that hair is. It looks like a thread.
Oh, yep. She really
I'll be right
proved that she
back.
did. Okay, take
Be right back.
wait, yeah, yeah, she did screw it up Warwick's car, because she was pissed at him. I guess this scene kind of preludes the speaking out movement.
The what?
I think this scene preludes the speaking out movement, where how everybody in the working place or came out about how they were abused and all that shit.
Right.
Look at Bill Cosby, they cashed his ass.
Well, old Cosby, he just needed to learn to keep it zipped in his pants, but
Mm-hmm.
he had a
Yeah, that documentary
man.
was pretty.
He had
That
a
was a pretty
man.
powerful documentary.
He had a Mandingo obsession, I think.
Yep.
Which one of you women want to play with my pudding pop?
Yeah, fuck Bill Cosby. Now here comes Ben's army. See Warwick's girlfriend.
See, every time they say Warwick, I keep thinking of Warwick Davis and shit.
Yeah. Now the Beach Boys playing. Warwick Willow Davis.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Willow? Texas?
The what?
You ever see that Willow movie with Warwick Davis and damn, I forgot his name. It's in it.
A long time
Val
ago.
Kilmer. Yeah, Val Kilmer's in it. He talks back at him. Yeah, let's go to cops. That's just damn bunch of fucking rats that come from the sewers. I bet the I bet there's a bunch of disease shit around that from all that infestation.
Yeah, probably so.
Like everything probably rubbed by the rats. All the stuff that they're looking through.
I just love how, like, the deeper we get into this movie, eventually you're going to realize that this basement's a lot bigger than it really is.
Yep.
Hey, what's up there, Larry? Larry from the Horror Cut Dad. What's up?
Yeah, Larry, we're watching his underrated gem in the Stephen King series. Great up shit.
Can you imagine if, like, NECA made a giant fucking, bat rat for Graveyard Shift?
They're looking through a piano. It's in great shape.
Yeah, it's like some old piece of furniture. And it's got rats in it.
It's a bunch of rats in there.
I like how the guy's like, this thing's in great shape. Like, no, it's not. That thing's about to fall apart. Like, what are you talking about?
The rats are breeding babies in there.
I don't understand what they're trying to do with the giant hose, though. Like, what's that doing? Like, I think if anything, this damp, gross basement, it's the last thing it needs is more water in it right now. Oh, I love that scene there when the dude's like, he's spraying water and you actually get a glimpse of the big rat's tail right
Yep.
there. They don't see it because it's so camouflaged in with all the all the junk in the trash. Fuck that basement. Gino fell out again. Yeah, thanks for sharing out the stream there, Larry.
Now I guess he fired this guy from the job.
Yeah, but eventually he's gonna find himself working this job. I mean, getting fired from this job would actually be doing somebody a favor.
Especially,
I know if I had this job and I got fired, I'd be like, fuck, dude, I agree with you. No problem. I'm out of here.
yeah, like it's not the best movie, Chester. Like I know some people may not like this movie, but to me, like I prefer to see this most of the crap that are Stephen King movies, like that are really bad, like Dreamcatcher. Like that's a bad movie.
Yeah. I think for this time era, the end of the 80s going into the 90s, and, at this point, I think most people at this time, 1990, people are already familiar with Stephen King adaptations. This is obviously a movie that really doesn't rely on like having depth and character development. It's really not something that focuses on that. The movie's kind of like right to the point, even though that technically the first half is like all the
Yep.
BS being leading up to the basement job really, and him trying, or the guy running the mill trying to get people together for it.
Yep.
Eventually, the second half, which is technically already taken off at this point, that's when he already has his crew in place. That's when the movie really takes off. And this is more of the second half rather than the first. And with this being like originally from a short story, they still managed to get 90 some minutes out of this movie.
Hmm.
But like I said before, though, this is something that took some years for me to really appreciate. And I just think overall, it's really the atmosphere that takes you on a ride in this movie.
And you got to deal with this guy's Pepperidge Farm accent, man.
Yeah. I just
That's
love
what.
how it's like, why? Like, we're obviously in Castle Rock. It's nothing but Americans except for this one guy with an accent. Like, who fucking thought that was a good idea? Like, just.
Well, he's pretty much he's blackmailing Brad Dwarf. Oh, if you do this, help out the extermination. Then if you don't, I'm gonna fire your ass and report you and take your license away. The worst is pretty much blackmailing Brad Dwarf
I
at this
went back
point.
and watched. I watched Dreamcatcher last winter, not the one that just passed, but the one before it. I remember I went back and watched it, and I was like, "Fuck! I forgot how bizarre and stupid this movie is." Like, I actually had some trouble finishing it, but I did.
Mm.
That's what his accent really sounds like. He almost sounds like the Pepperidge Farm guy, you know. When's the last time you've been to a graveyard? Here on Pepperidge Farm. Remember, you know.
Brad Dourif, the exterminator, he just sent his dog in there now. His dog's gonna get eaten alive.
Like the same thing with Lawnmower, man. Like that's not a perfect movie either, but that one's pretty decent.
You know, speaking of the lawnmower man, I actually saw the director's cut a few months ago for the first time. And one of the reasons why I went
Mhm.
and watched it, like, I'm not a fan of the Lawnmower Man at all, really. Like, you know, the regular theatrical cut that's out there, like, that to me is like just,
Mhm.
it's a hard movie to sit through. But I went and watched the director's cut
Yeah,
for it. I can honestly say that is a
yeah.
better cut of that movie. Like, that is more watchable than the
Ooh,
regular cut. It explains a lot more. You get a lot more death scenes in it, too. And yeah, that movie's always going to be what it is, but I can say the director's cut. Like, if you're a fan of
That
Stephen King adaptations and you want to see everything, you have to
that
see
girl
the
just
what?
got killed.
Oh,
He got his face mask.
well, Charles Lee dead in
So he
this
didn't
one.
get killed. Like like I was saying, like Chester's mentioning Firestarter, like that's not one of my favorite Stephen King movies, but I still rather watch that than the shitty remake. Yeah, the remake's just complete garbage.
Yeah, I won't even give that a watch.
And bunch of CGI fire, like that's just that just looks cartoony shit right there.
And we have Jose Gomez in here. It's a new name I haven't seen before. Welcome, Jose. Glad you could make it.
It looks like it might be a branch of Shamarlo Scott. You know, I love cheese pizza, Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. Might be Scott. Juno fell out again. This is where they found a trap door in the basement that nobody knew existed. So they just opened it up, which, you know, ultimately it goes to a deeper part of the basement. Like technically, like they don't even realize it, but they're like standing on like the doorway of like a dungeon right now.
Damn.
Pretty much putting work in his place.
Management should be represented in this little venture. Don't you think? I think there is very thing I would want to use. Right, I understand.
Hey, there's Jose Gomez. Yeah. Sleepwalker's a pretty decent movie.
Now they're going into the deeper part of the basement. Now this is where there's like
Yeah.
smoke and steam and shit in the basement, and nothing but spider webs and oh man, you thought that
Yeah.
basement was bad. Wait till you see this dungeon.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I know there's some bad Stephen King movies, but like, there's like even popular ones I don't care for. Like, I'm not big on the 2017 It movie.
Yeah.
How did that guy get dressed so fucking quick in that thing, you know?
Yeah. Movie magic, you know.
Arachnophobia.
Oh, he just picked up a fucking arm. Of course, the
Blasting the
fat dude
water.
goes to run up the stairs, and the stairs fucking break and fall apart. So now they can't even get out of there. They're stuck down there now.
There's the monster too.
Dude, if I was him and I fell down there, I'd be like, dude, don't even try to help me. I'm screwed, man. Like, just let me die down here.
The way the Tails movie, it looks like a snake.
Yeah. But, you know, overall, they do a pretty good job at concealing it. You know, like, I
Yep.
think early on you get the vibe of what you're dealing with when you see, like, the swarms of rats and everything. So you have an idea what you're dealing with, and as the movie goes along, you get these little glimpses of what it is, and then finally they reveal it at the end.
Is that a time mapping? Breaks the flashlight.
Hey, what's up there, Sebastian?
Hey, Sebastian.
Oh, the timestamp is shit. So, Tex, are you ever here, man? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm here. What you want a
um,
timestamp?
no, my timestamp is 1 hour and 5 minutes and 10 seconds and going.
I got 104:54.
Forget about home and start thinking about whatever the hell he's
Now he's rubbing his face with grease, grease paint.
But I mean, like once like one of these guys die, it almost turns into every man for themselves at this point. Like people really start looking out for
Yep.
themselves instead of each other.
Because there's a monster out there.
There's God knows what in the damn fucking dungeon of the basement. I mean, like this dungeon area where they're in right now, it almost makes me feel like, you know, like in House of a Thousand Corpses when they get the location of Dr. Satan. It looks like that. Like in the same setting. And then they're in all that fucking bloody water. Just imagine what kind of diseases are just lurking in that fucking pile of fucking blood. There goes a coffin with a corpse in it. Like, oh god.
It's Undertaker.
Maybe Universal down in Florida, they should have made a graveyard shift ride, you know, with like real
There
fucking,
we
real
go.
dead people and stuff, real chemicals, real rats. And now they're starting to hear a bunch of running water. They can't figure out what it is.
Yep.
'Cause they're looking for another way out of here at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And they still don't realize how big, you know, the area is. See, now, like, they found a little hole that goes to the dungeon right now. You know, this dude's about to
Five
get
in the
his arm
dude's arm.
ripped off.
You see the practical
Oh,
where his
yeah,
arm's
she
ripped with
fucked
the
his
flesh
arm
flying
up.
everywhere.
Well, one thing I know for sure from seeing this movie on TV over the years, this scene is cut out of the movie. When you watch it on like the regular TV cut, they won't show that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know this Blu-ray only comes with one cut, but there is two cuts of this movie. There is a TV cut and then this regular cut that you have here.
Yep. Now, Wishmaster's screaming like a chicken.
The gin.
Help me.
No, you know what's cool though? The opening of Wishmaster 2, when there's like that brutal fucking like mass killing inside that fucking like Egyptian temple and shit. That is such a cool opening.
Yep. No, no. You wanna die?
Yeah, that one dude's bugging the fuck
It
out right.
ain't that bad. Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna go. One of the poltergeist scouts.
Uh-oh.
I mean, if I was Juno, I would just fucking restart my router, man. Go from there and see if that works.
Right. I think that skeleton started screaming as well. Jesus.
I know I want to be touching that shit like they are.
I know.
Oh shit. That's where you actually get the first real shot of the rat's face there, but that dude got fucking killed.
Now the Wishmaster is getting eaten.
This long-haired guy reminds me. He looks sort of like Josh Harnett, even though you know it's not him.
It's like it could be his dad or something.
Right? Jesus Christ! What the fuck?
Now this guy just fell down into that dungeon and he just landed on like piles and piles of human bones.
So this monster has been busy. Hey there, Ryan. How are you? Good to see you stop by.
Yeah, what's up there, Ryan? Dude, look
Well,
at
that
this size
prison
of
scene is
that
pretty funny.
place, man.
That
Dude, if
that
I
was like a
discovered all that shit,
that
I'd be like,
was
we're never getting the fuck out of here. Like,
it's the
dude,
underworld.
that place is big as shit, man. Be right back. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, that prison scene is pretty funny, Jimmy. In Wishmaster 2. Let me go through the bars. The rat has been busy eating human bodies.
Yeah, I don't think that rat fucking got that big just eating potato chips.
There's even coffins around too, so I guess it must have even took coffins from the ground too.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that ground got wet and saturated. And then
Yep.
the graveyard started shifting with all those bodies. And then the rats started picking through it.
Mm-hmm. But it's like a cool setting for like there's like more room than that basement. Like it's another world.
Yeah, like I know when I first saw this, I wasn't expecting there to be a giant like dungeon area under the basement. So that was, very surprising for me.
He cracked
But
his
when I
skull with
first
another
saw
What?
this
skull.
movie, though, like I thought this was gonna be like some kind of zombie movie, like just based on like the cover art, like the fact that there's like graveyard atmospheric things throughout it. Like I really thought it was gonna be some kind of like reanimated corpse movie or something.
He cracked the one guy's skull with another skull. Look down.
You got enough bones down there. Now I think it's just Warwick and the Drifter left, and the rat.
That should have been called the sequel, Warwick and the Drifter.
See, like another thing that's cool about this scene here is Warwick doesn't even know about the rat yet. Oh wait, now he does. Now to go figure. As soon as I say that, he looks up and he sees it. Yeah, now he knows where this thing is.
Now he's going all Rambo style, you know.
Yeah, right.
There's
But
that
dude, look at
carnival.
that thing. Like it's like you see how it's all like covered in like fucking like KY and everything. It makes it look so slimy and gross.
Yeah.
There's that carnivore bastard.
Dude, that fucking thing looks legit, man. That's all practical, and to me, that looks convincing.
A big old bat rat with big wings.
That thing is terrifying, Logan.
It's stabbing him in the gut all over, like tearing him apart, damaging the chunk out of it, out of Warwick.
And he's gonna sit there and watch the rat eating Warwick. So now the drifter's just trying to find his way out of here. He's the only one left. Move faster. Another thing is, I think because this is like a short story, like the novel is, if it's a short story, it's really hard to try to ride on a sequel with this. The drifter finds a way out, back up to the cotton mill.
They got enough sacks there for the father and son picnic on employment Employee Day.
Now there's that carnivore bastard.
Imagine the other employees that come
Taking
in on
down the
Monday.
walls of Jericho.
Why is the mill closed? No, apparently they found a giant rat in there. Yeah, the fucking giant rat found its way up to the main part of the cotton mill. The drifters
It's a
fighting the rat.
damn demon.
Dude, that thing is terrifying looking, man.
It looks like a
Honestly,
demon.
it really looks like a giant bat. Which I know bats and rats, like their features are not far off from each other, but it really looks like an enormous bat. And I don't even know who did the practical effects for this. I'm pretty sure it wasn't KMB. Oh, all right, that's right. The giant bat is going to get fucking eaten up in the cotton mill here. So this is what's going to close the mill down now. You know, the actual machine that pumps out the cotton and shit. It's eating up the giant bat rat now. That machine's fucked forever. Dude, that thing is disgusting.
My
God.
Want to deal with these fuckers?
Like that is really good practical effects though.
That's more exciting than how Michael Myers dies. That's more satisfying.
Dude, that's so gross. Of course its head gets stuck in the machine. And all the rats are eating all the leftovers too. Fucking gross.
It's getting turned into roast beef, you know.
Nail hiring. Apply upstairs. Anybody want a job? The cotton mill's hiring. I like how they do end it like that. The movie ends with the nail hiring sign at the cotton mill. But that is Graveyard Shift, everyone, from 1990. Stephen King adaptation. And Derek's here from Woo Riders. What's up, Derek? What's up there, Derek?
Graveyard Shift, no problem.
So, what's the what do you plan on doing next for a stream? Do you know?
Probably like another time, like probably like in a few weeks or so.
Damn. Well, Juno's getting knocked out again, but yeah, I don't know. Sounds like Juno will probably have another stream set up here on his channel in the coming weeks throughout this month. But yeah, I think as of right now, the next stream is going to be on July 4th for us three. We're going to be watching Jaws on July 4th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the next day on Friday, July 5th, we'll be watching Jaws 2. So yeah, it is Shark Week for us this week. Jaws all week long. But yeah, other than that though, I recently posted the schedule for July, so we got plenty of things coming up for this month. And what about you, Tex? What do you got? You got anything planned besides Moonbeam's birthday?
Yeah, yeah, sorry guys. I think
I
Stringer's
was
being kind of a
thinking,
pain in the
although
ass
it
right
may be
now.
too much for us if doing both Jaws movies, I was thinking of doing something on Saturday, but you're not doing anything on Sunday this week, right? So I may just give us a day in between and do something
If you
on.
want to do something Sunday, I can do probably. I could probably do Sunday night.
Okay, because I was thinking about Times Square.
Yeah, it's another one I haven't seen.
But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. Like, I'll probably do another stream for like in a couple weeks. I don't know. I'm sorry for cutting in and out everybody. It's just Stringer's being kind of stupid right now. It's just I don't know what's wrong with the connection. 'Cause
I mean,
this is the
Juno,
first
the
time
only thing I
happening
can
like
tell you,
for 2 times.
the only thing I would tell you, I would probably restart my router
Mm-hmm.
and see if that helps. If not, you're probably gonna have to get on the phone with your internet provider. I don't know if you heard me, but
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably because of the phone, maybe, but it hasn't been doing this when we've been doing all these streams. So like, this is just the first time. Like, it happened during the John Wick stream, and now it's doing during this stream.
yeah, I think your best thing at this point is to restart your router whenever you get time to do it. Restart your router, and if that doesn't get rid of the issue, you're gonna have to get on the phone with your internet provider.
Mhm.
Because I don't think it's gonna kink out. It's probably just gonna keep getting worse. But yeah, I guess we'll hang out here for a couple more minutes and then we'll call it a night. But yeah, like I said though, the next time we'll be getting together will be on July 4th for Jaws, and the very next day we'll finish that up with Jaws 2.
Yep, for John.
But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on all that as we get through the week and all that. So
Jaws Wick.
Jaws week.
Yeah, Jaws Wick, instead of John Wick, except he's played by a shark,
John Wick is inside the shark.
Yep. Good. I have to rewatch this one. I know it's not the best Stephen King movie, but I do enjoy this movie. I think it's an underrated gem.
I actually think this is one of the better Stephen King adaptations. I really think maybe after Stephen King's It, that's when things really started to become questionable with Stephen King adaptations, really. Like I like, like I think a lot of the 80s stuff is really solid stuff. It's like once the 90s started creeping in, like 91, 92, that's when we started getting some oddball ones. I mean, like you can say whatever you want about the Langoliers, that's not a good fucking movie. I still enjoy it though. As bad as it is, I still enjoy it.
Yep.
Like Tommy Knockers, that's another bad one. I still find value in that though. Deep Blue Sea, my God. Haven't you seen my movies? Deep Blue Sea? A fucking shark ate me. Juice? Deep Blue Sea? But yeah, other than that though, I think that's it, really though. Other than that,
Yeah, we're gonna cut down. Yeah, well, I'm good seeing everybody jumping into the chat, joining me, Sean in Texas for Graveyard Shift, criminally underrated gem from Stephen King. Thought it's a pretty solid. I do enjoy it. I don't know, like some people may find it a piece of shit, but no, to me this is better than most of the shit that Stephen King has done, especially the Shining TV miniseries. Like I'd rather watch this over that bullshit.
like how this came out after Pet Cemetery. I feel like Pet Cemetery kind of set a bar. It was like so good. It kind of set a bar to where like almost every adaptation that came after that was like, good luck topping that one. And this was, the first one to come right after that. So it's like, yeah, like, like I agree with you, Juno. You can say what you want about this film. For me, it's grown on me a lot over the years. And I think this is a better movie than what it really gets credit for. Like overall, if I had to give this a 1 through 10 rating, I would give this a 7 out of 10. Juno's gone again, so I guess when he comes back, we'll end this. But yeah, I want to thank you all in the chat for joining us tonight. Rosalia, P. Rich over at the Hatchet Boys, Woo Riders, Zodiac Z, Spicy 4K Action, Chester Franklin. Then we had Ashton Luck here, Brooke Scarlett,
Jimmy
Ryan.
James.
Yeah, James Van Dusen, Ryan. Hamina, everybody else.
Yeah, he was here too.
Yeah.
and the new person, Jose, and
no way,
Derek,
Jose.
and Johnny was here for a bit, and
yeah, that's right, Johnny.
Purse and Larry, and so it was a good crowd, and Corey from Wilkie's Music, Movies, and More, and
yeah, it must be a piece of shit StreamYard. Who knows?
Yeah, see, like, I mean, I'm not having any issues on my end. I think it might be your internet or your actual device that you're using. I think you need to. I don't know. It sounds like your router just needs to be restarted, really. I bet you if you restart your router, your internet will probably run a little differently. If that doesn't work, like my experience, I'd be on the phone with my internet provider. I would get that problem fixed ASAP. But, other than that, more than most of the time, these technical issues are out of our control. There's only so much we can do with that, When you have technical issues, that's when your hands are tied.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that though, I'm glad that we actually sat down and watched this one tonight. I had a good time watching this again, and yeah, figure out what you want to do for the next stream on your channel. Let us know what you want to do, and we'll meet up again on Thursday for 4th of July with Jaws.
Yep. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, take care, everyone in the chat. We'll see you guys in a couple days.
We're like shrimp in an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and that thing ain't stopping till it's full.